We're streaming and we're hitting the intro now. 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 Okay, there it goes.
Welcome to the live stream, y'all.
All right. All right, so we're coming in hot.
Little hot, little hot.
Little hot. Todd's back. Oh, camera's on. Gotta straighten this.
What the fuck did you get out of there?
Oh, ooh, it was intense.
Wait, let me get the audio going before we really get into it.
It was an intense situation.
Welcome to the Rap Drugs Pod. F number 60. Don't forget to follow us on IG, Twitter. If you're wondering where the IGTV's at, we're now back on YouTube. So we said, fuck all this editing, we're just going live like a motherfucker. If you prefer the audio like most of you do, stick to it. I wouldn't want Google watching and tracking my shit, same way I wouldn't want Facebook watching and tracking my shit. So we respect all you guys who are sticking with the audio. And if you want to support the show, paypal.me/rapdrugspod, link below. Teespring.com/store/rapdrugs for merch. New merch coming soon. Once the old merch is sold out, so you better buy that shit before it's gone. And what the fuck else? Oh yeah, email us. We'll enjoy it. Maybe we won't ignore it like we do most of the shit we get. DM us if that's what you're into. But most importantly, throw a thumbs up, hit the subscribe, and a comment. You know, we're fighting the algorithm. If you're here right now with us, put some on the goddamn live chat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Welcome to the show.
You're missing out. You better hit that bell on YouTube, and then you get to watch all this motherfucking shit.
Tell me what's the shit you're dropping, Jay? What is the town crier crying about?
Well, first off, I want to say congrats to you, brother, for breaking out.
Oh yeah. Well, that's classified.
Court case is going to be a bit of trouble, so that's why we really need you guys to send some funds to pay. But yeah, I won't steal all the thunder, Sean. How'd you manage to do it?
Well, that's classified. It's strictly classified. It involved several murders, but it's okay. They were consensual. Um, you know, that's what happens. You know, you gotta execute a few CIA agents because they took pictures at you at the wrong party. You know what I'm saying?
True, 100%, 100%. With everything we've been saying on the pod, there's no doubt they're looking for us.
Yeah, man. CIA, NDS, NDA,
Bill Gates, UFC,
Captain Kirk.
yeah, fucking Spider-Man,
Terminator. He's trying to stop us.
There's this hilarious Instagram video my buddy sent me. It's
Yeah.
of John Jones, you know, the UFC guy.
No. Oh, yeah.
He's trying to get paid over 10 million for his next fight.
Yeah.
It was funny. He said I have to get paid at least 8 to 10 million.
Right.
Which doesn't make any sense. Like,
Why not?
are you trying to get 8 to 10 million, or are you trying to get more? But anyways, he's loving this fight going down. He wants to join this league.
What?
Spider-Man fucking up Batman and Robin for all the audio.
Who is this? What is this? Roy Jones wants to fight these guys?
There's even a ref. Yeah, he says, I wonder if these guys are paying decent. #Black Panther.
That'd be an awesome
You
fight.
know, with
I'd
with
watch
you,
that. I'd pay to
you
see
need
that.
to have healthy safety. I need to know who's under that Spider-Man suit. So I said, haha, is this the director's cut of Justice League? Just everyone's been talking about that shit lately.
Yeah, I watched the clip recently where there was like a fake show going on like that at like a kids party, and like it was like they were beating up Thanos, and then one of the kids runs over and starts beating up Thanos, and then the whole party of kids just jumps on him. It's kicking the shit out of this guy who's just an actor. It was pretty
Bong
awesome.
is basically Thanos at the party. You know, after the kids start winning, you just fucking gotta show them some real moves. You know,
Yeah,
elbows and kicking.
yeah. You start dropping him.
You gotta pull a knife out or a gun. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah, that guy
I
had
don't think you need that shit.
that guy had 12 kindergartners come at him and he could not handle it. Maybe if it was 8, he could have started throwing a couple, start knocking them down like pins. But
Grab one by the legs and like smash it into the other one's head.
yeah.
Kill two at once. That could get pretty ugly pretty fast if I was involved. Like I don't think I'd let those kids do it to me. I'd kill a motherfucker if I had to. Self
Oh yeah.
defense.
Self-defense. That kid was coming at me.
Yeah.
He was
He had a
kicking
gun.
me in the head. I could have died.
There was a gun there. I know.
Yeah. He had a
Everyone
gun.
brought a gun to that fight.
You like playing a gun on the little kid.
Yeah, I'd like
You
half
hide
point
it,
him.
put it in his hand. His hand can't even. It's not even big enough to hold it. It just.
Have him like take the gun out, put my thumb in the chest, and then like have him hold it up. But yeah,
Oh
we
yeah,
don't need that shit. We got samurai skills. I'd probably have a sword. Let's be honest, like a Sikh style sword, like just hidden on my person. Like
yeah, yeah. Have it on you at all times.
yeah, it's my religious right. So
Yeah,
just like not wearing a motorcycle helmet. I got my religious cap on here.
my religious cap.
But yeah, honestly, like who gives a shit whether you're wearing a motorcycle helmet or not, other than the first responders that have to clean you up. But I think it's just like the COVID rules. Like if you want to not wear a helmet, and you want to die quicker if you get in a motorcycle accident, why should the government be stopping you?
No, I feel like any white males should have to wear helmets.
That's true.
I
I
think
guess
we
that's
should have special rules that disenfranchise the white male.
yeah.
I
Unlike the
that's
French,
that's my opinion. I'm sticking
unlike
to it.
the French who are trying to pass a law where there's no hijabs or burkinis allowed in schools, including universities.
Yeah.
I'm going to their lobby right now.
Well, they get to do whatever they want over in their country.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, they
Whatever,
well they
whatever
invade
flows the
New
Roman Catholic
Brunswick.
overlords.
Yeah. Will they invade New Brunswick with their?
Probably.
They're doing it every day. They're colonizing it with their
Ooh,
French.
like you mean
Quebecers?
Quebecers?
Yeah.
French? Oh,
Quebec. Quebecois.
we'll go deep on Quebec
Yeah, but French is like
another day.
helping them. French has this whole thing where they have like a collective of French speaking countries. They're trying to just push French speaking languages out more.
Nice. I honestly wish Quebec would separate. Like, I don't want to be associated with that province.
Yeah, but then the East Coast would probably separate.
Yeah, that's true. Wouldn't have a choice.
That's the main concern.
It'd
See
be a
the
tough break.
the thing is, man, is we gotta keep Quebec because the fact is this country was founded on a bunch of people who didn't want to be Americans. And we
That's true.
can't break up now. If we break up now, then we lose. We have to forever hold together. People keep
That's true.
forgetting that, you know?
We stuck together to fucking fight off those non-British, non-French folks.
Yeah.
As I like to call them, fucking bums.
Yeah, fucking bums.
Yeah, losers who got their fucking Capitol building burnt down in the War of 1812. But that's none of my business.
Yeah. Still
I mean,
whining about it.
yeah, exactly. They're still trying to stop people from burning down the Capitol building.
Yeah, we burned it down once and they fucking had to go just way too hard. Now they're blowing people up halfway across the world so they don't burn down their Capitol building.
Exactly. They've been burned before, literally. But have you heard about the fucking guy that drove up on the Capitol building?
What guy? Happens all the time, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, some in the U.S., some guy. Well, now it's always big news because of the fucking storm the Capitol thing. They're like,
Yeah,
oh, that got a lot of clicks. Let's talk about this random guy who drove up, and I guess he got killed by officers, but one ended up in the hospital because he like rammed him with his car.
crazy.
Not that funny, but
No.
sometimes you gotta laugh, not to cry. You know,
So he didn't
laugh
die?
before he dies.
Who died? Did anyone die?
Just the guy who tried to pull some shit off.
Yeah.
The patriot
Just
who was
a
trying to
just a
protect
suicidal guy?
citizens from their overlords.
Is that what he said?
I don't think so, but
So
you
people
know
are
that's
saying?
the truth.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
he was trying to kill Biden because he was a pedophile, or so he thought.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. He was going after Biden.
He knew if he took down Biden, then Trump would be president again.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if you heard, Biden's actually turning out to be a fucking awesome president if he can follow through on his shit.
Nah, man, that's all bullshit.
Getting everybody sterilized with the COVID vaccine, the eugenics vaccine, as I
Oh yeah, that's a
it's
great program, but that's
yeah,
beyond Biden.
but he's also trying to do like create a bunch of make work projects
What's that?
to get people employed again.
Oh, like slavery?
Yeah, basically, but you get paid for it.
Oh, okay. Not much though, right? Did
Yeah,
he
like
pays you an
never
oatmeal,
minimum wages, so
three
like
meals a day?
worse than slavery because you don't even get like enough for room and board.
Yeah, it's
You're
worse than
you're stuck to fend for that on your own,
yeah.
and transportation to and from the job sites.
It's told you're told it's your fault for
Yeah,
not making
exactly,
it.
exactly. By the
Whereas
elites
at
who
least
aren't
with
paid enough.
slavery, they admit that it's their fault.
Yeah,
They try to convince you that it's good enough
let's end slavery so we
what we
can
give
pay
you.
people a minimum wage that isn't a living wage.
What's that? Oh yeah.
In 90, like half of the states at least, like 90% of the employees probably aren't making enough to live comfortably.
Ah, that's fine.
Then you put
No,
that
they're
across the
pussies.
globe, it's probably more like
I
95%.
blame them. I'm not with you at all. I blame them.
Yeah,
I'm a
that's fair,
capitalist.
Todd. You're allowed to be
You're
Republican
see
conservative.
here's the problem. You're a
Yeah,
communist. All right?
yeah. I like to call it social democracy. I believe in referendums
Communism.
for the people.
Yeah.
I don't want the
Yeah,
state
as
telling
long as those people have seen your propaganda and are convinced that you're gonna give them free things. You can't give them free things, Jason. Can't afford to give them free things.
yeah,
We
no,
need them
that's what
making bombs.
God, that's what the government wants you to do.
We
Like,
need them making bombs.
think about here in Canada or
Bombs are
Utah.
the only thing that is renewable, a renewable resource to make. We're making things last too long. We need something that we can keep making. It's gotta explode, disappear.
Yeah,
Bombs. You
that's sick.
understand?
And then we
You
can invade
understand?
all the infrastructure in other countries once we bomb the shit out of it.
Yeah, you don't
Then we'll
understand.
have easier access to
If
their resources
if
once
we
those pesky people are out of the
if
way.
we don't keep this going, we're fucking we're all gonna go broke.
Right, right, right. Yeah, people think the
Right,
legal
right,
problems
right.
have it bad. Imagine, imagine making less than minimum wage. That's got to be like slavery, if not worse.
Yeah, man. Well, at least we got
And you're
minimum
getting
wage.
sterilized by a COVID vaccine. Yeah.
They keep getting rid of these minimum wage jobs to go get slaves to do it over in
Yeah.
Indonesia or apparently
Bangladesh.
China,
Yeah, apparently.
India.
But yeah, check out the last episode if you want to hear more about that. I kind of went a little deep, went
Let's
all
go
over the
into it.
place. Hard to stay focused with when I'm thinking about Todd being kidnapped in some fucking dungeon
Yeah,
somewhere, but he
getting
can fend for
tortured,
himself.
waterboarded.
Yeah. But yeah, speaking of slave labor and minimum wage, did you hear about the Amazon bots on Twitter?
No,
So basically, with
there's
this whole
robots,
Amazon, well, no, maybe I talked about this in the last file. I don't fucking remember.
murder
But
bots.
Amazon had this warehouse or a few warehouses, I think in Atlanta or Alabama, some Arkansas, one of those A provinces that was
Nice.
south, wanting to unionize.
Yeah,
So they pumped out this like commercial that was like some guy who's like an immigrant and is like, "Oh, Amazon's the only
nice.
job I could get. It's so great." Uh, whatever they were saying, like,
Yeah, they were
and I'm like,
defending their
"What?"
side.
Yeah, and I'm like, "Are you kidding? Like, you could also be an Uber driver or one of those things, uh, like gig economy workers. That's probably not any better than working at Amazon, but uh, you at least you can piss whenever you want."
Yeah,
Uh,
not
but
shit in a
yeah,
bag.
so because of this whole like the commercials weren't working good enough, so they decided they're going to get their AI machine to create Twitter accounts and start putting out tweets. And it was like, I really like working at Amazon. They they take good care of us, and I'm worried the union will prevent that and take too much of my wages. Different shit like that, except it wasn't even like full sentences. Like Amazon's changing the world and supporting me and my family. But yeah, Twitter like finally did something good and took those bots off. Like they ruined all the fun of QAnon and took all those bots off before and like started banning people. Like, how are people supposed to have fun on the internet if you can't fucking talk about Q on social media or Twitter? Thanks a lot YouTube also for banning our video, but
Motherfuckers.
like it makes sense that they get rid of this fucking Amazon propaganda. Like, can't Jeff Bezos just put that shit out through the Washington Post
Yeah, I
instead of
know.
like on Twitter?
What an asshole.
Yeah,
He already bought a newspaper. Now he's got to fucking use social media too.
yeah,
He's so
exactly.
like
Why don't he
progressive,
just
you know.
start his own social media, like
he's
Facebook or Google?
he's just so progressive
Yeah,
with he's so
that's true.
progressive with his conservatism.
He's just like a Gen Zer, you know? He just wants to be.
He's a Gen Z billionaire.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I'm just like you guys. I only wear baggy pants, and
Surprised
leather
he doesn't
jackets are
make.
not cool, but they're
Surprised none of
signature.
them are making TikToks.
Probably was. Jeff Bezos is probably making TikToks himself.
Just no one watches them.
Yeah, exactly. They're just not getting picked up because China's like against him. CP, sorry, not China.
Elon Musk. Elon Musk is paying the CP to not put on Jeff Bezos TikToks.
Yeah, for sure. What else is he gonna do with all those billions? Buy more Bitcoin? It's not even possible with all the Bitcoin he's bought already, and all the rest of the Bitcoin's basically fucking lost wallets. But yeah, that's another thing. Like, I think if Twitter needs to stop anything, like the Amazon AI bots were great, but it's these guys pumping Bitcoin.
Why?
Like, because Bitcoin's got to be the biggest
But I
stablecoin
think
ever.
we should not stop things.
I,
That's what I'm
yeah,
about.
I mean that's fair, free market,
I like
but
scams. I think people should get
yeah,
scammed
yeah,
more.
Ponzi schemes are cool. That's
I
true.
I think it's their own damn fault.
How are you gonna get nice things if you don't Ponzi scheme someone?
Well, look, maybe they should stop falling for it. It's really
That's
simple.
true.
We should
Go
just
to
teach it
school.
in school. We should
Yeah,
teach. This should be taught in like grade 5 or something. You know, they're just like, don't fall for this. It's very easy. It seems like a straightforward thing to me. I remember when
Parents
Marnie,
wouldn't want them learning it though, so they might
when
Ponzi scheme them. But yeah, tell me about the
when our sister got
yeah.
caught up in one, she was explaining it to me, and I was just like, that's a Ponzi scheme. There, I forget exactly how it worked, but it was just like you gave them money, and then you convinced 5 people to give you money, and you got your money back.
Yeah, and it's
And I was like, wait, why would you do that? Well, who's gonna give you money? It's
Yeah.
just like that's like a classic Ponzi scheme. It's if you get usually you buy something.
Maybe there's just like a fake investment or a fake thing.
Yeah, maybe there was. I just didn't.
Like,
I didn't even hear
like
it. I was
you
just
know,
like,
like
wait, that's
taxes or
Ponzi.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you guys pay like CPP or a state pension. Like you pay into it so we can pay the old people now, and hopefully inflation goes up enough that someone can pay for your pension when
So
you're
what do you
old.
get against pensions?
No, I'm saying that's basically what they are though. Is Ponzi schemes defined. So because defined contribution benefits is like you're gonna get paid X amount if you retire at X date, and they don't have enough money to cover that amount, so they rely on people continuing to pay into these pensions in order to pay out the pensions. So yeah, lots of times they are Ponzi schemes.
Yeah,
Not always, but lots of times they are.
pretty much.
Yeah. But yeah, Ponzi
Unless
schemes
they,
rock.
why wouldn't you just put an initial investment into it?
Well, you can't because that defeats the purpose of the pension.
Does it?
It's like it's other people's monies that you're taking and investing to pay them later. So it should go up and pay them, but it doesn't always work out that way because people are corrupt, just like the government, just like Bitcoin
Well,
companies
what I
are.
mean is like, why wouldn't you, when you initially implement it, you like put out an initial investment for people who are retired and are about to retire, and then people who haven't will then pay into it later to keep that number high enough for everyone to be covered. You
Yeah,
know what
that's
I
how they
mean?
do it, Ponzi scheme style. But they need that money from you for the initial investment. Otherwise, it's like not legitimate.
What do you
Otherwise,
mean
it's
not
fake in the
legitimate?
first place. Because like you can't just take money out of thin air and put it in.
It's not a
Like
thin air.
yeah, the companies that
Don't you have
create the
budgets to do things? I don't know.
yes
you
and no.
just
The
you just
companies
have
that create all
money
these pensions,
and you
yeah,
just do it with your
they just
lemonade
print
stand.
just print more money. Like, geez.
You just like you go buy a lemonade stand and then like after you buy enough lemonade stands you go get a newspaper stand and eventually you have a mega corporation and you have lots of money to do things. I understand money.
Are you a landlord, Todd, by any chance? Sounds like it.
That's my
You,
dream job.
you take a loan for your down payment and you buy a condo and you rent it out to people that will pay the mortgage and the maintenance fees, and then you say you have income from that and you go buy another condo
Yeah.
once that
I
loan is paid back from by the government.
I
Yeah,
was
and then you just keep going.
I was describing a game called like Capitalist or something like that, and it's just like it's just like you click this button and your money goes up. Like you buy lemonade stands, and then the more
Oh yeah,
lemonade
lemonade
stands,
stand spit. Yeah, I
and then you
remember
get the
that game.
newspapers. Yeah.
That almost as good as Don't Stop Working or whatever that one was called. Where you're like the Korean guy at the company and you
Yeah. Yeah.
they,
Don't get
they
fired or
yeah, don't get
something.
fired. That's
Yeah,
it.
where you just
That's it.
constantly get fired, but every time you get fired, you get a slightly less chance of getting fired next time.
Yeah, so much fun. But like not as much
That
fun
game
as
was
like
awesome.
cool kids today really know how to have much more fun. Like there was this hilarious thing I heard on the news. I'm gonna share it with y'all right now.
Yeah, I know. All the cool kids today are doing a whole bunch of cocaine. That's how you have fun.
That is a great way to have fun, but it's also like a very dangerous way
I know,
as a child,
cause
as a
we can.
small child.
well, well, I was thinking more so because we need to legalize it so that it's
Oh,
pure and doesn't have drywall dust in it.
yeah, just like marijuana. Like, I mean, but it's
I
only
think
ten
people would
percent
work
now.
harder if we had plenty of recreational cocaine to go around.
Yeah, exactly. Or just snortable Adderall. Like it would do the same thing. But yeah,
I
this is
think
what.
Adderall is closer to methamphetamines actually.
Yeah, you're right. You are correct from science wise. But yeah, this is what kids on cocaine will do.
It's not loud enough. It's not nearly loud enough. I can't hear anything, Jay. Jay, this isn't working. You're not doing good.
How can you not hear this?
I don't know, man. Maybe because you don't have the microphone in it. That was better. Now it's better. It's better now.
Start this bitch over. Yeah, what?
You were laughing in the video, and then you started laughing in real life.
I can't help it. It's just funny because it's like the kids didn't even know what was going on, and it's like, who got these sign-ins? Like clearly, it was kids that made these sign-ins also.
Yeah, I was
Unless
like,
their parents are that bad of people, where they're like, hey, this will be funny, son.
probably. I
Put
wonder what
Turbin
they put
Toilet
though.
as your username.
I want to know what they put.
Turbin
Yeah.
Toilet. What's that? Gay Sikhs are us.
Seek me in the closet.
I can't say anymore because I'll just get too racist. And I'm
Sneak,
not a child, so I could actually go to jail for hate crimes here in Canada, I guess.
sneak me underground.
Yeah. Seek my dick.
See-
Seek my ass. If this was Come Town. Basically, it's not okay to say that kind of stuff.
yeah, we're giving examples of,
Period.
of not okay things
But
to
it's
do.
funny if you're a kid. But in Canada in
Yeah,
particular,
it's illegal.
it's illegal. Yeah. And even if it isn't illegal, if you say the wrong thing, the government's going to try to denounce you.
Nah, fuck them.
Yeah, you saw that crazy article, right? Well, you sent it to me actually, where JJ McCullough was getting denounced by the Quebec government
Well, don't say anything about the French people.
and the federal government stuff. Well, he wasn't. He was calling out bilingual people because I guess something like 17% of Canada is bilingual. But for your audio listeners, Todd was showing a shut the fuck up.
Oh yeah.
For the bilingual elite is basically running the country
Yeah.
because in order to be the prime minister, the governor general, the auditor general, all these different positions in Canada, and all these other government positions and jobs, you have to be bilingual. And most people that are bilingual are from Quebec.
And an asshole.
Yeah.
Or
I wasn't gonna say it.
yeah,
If
if
you're from Quebec, you are an asshole, and
you speak two languages, you're pompous. It's just a fact.
definitely pretentious.
It's a fact.
Like even poor French people don't have the resources to learn English unless they're like dedicated to it. Like
Why, Jason? You think they're dumb or something? You're being kind of a
no,
dick.
I just think it's like if you grow up with parents that don't think it's important, it's not going to be important. So then it's going to be harder to learn a language.
Oh, now Quebec parents don't care.
Yes.
Oh,
English speaking parents too.
okay.
A lot of them don't care about teaching their kids French because they hate politicians and they don't want their kid to be one or something like that.
Yeah.
Which is fair, but stupid. How are we ever going to fix government if we don't infiltrate it from the inside?
Yeah, I wish I knew French.
Yeah, we're going to have to learn French. I know. Bonjour. Aujourd'hui.
You should too, est-ce que toi?
Uh,
La bibliothèque.
je puis aller une toilette?
Est-ce que c'est?
Toilet?
Est-ce que c'est?
Yeah.
Que?
Comme ci, comme ça. Fatigué. Yeah, but
Yeah,
anyways,
other words.
so so we're not bilingual enough to become the prime minister.
Show me Paulo
Uh,
Canard.
yeah, you got it. The dog. But the Bali run the country, and they didn't like hearing that, so they denounced this guy. A year later, there's that crazy mosque mass shooting in Quebec.
Yeah.
The same place all of the mass shootings happen in Canada, and all of the crazy crimes, like kidnapping the fucking prime minister or deputy prime. Who's the guy who runs the province? Premier. Kidnapping that guy back in the 80s, and other mass shootings, and vehicle rammings, and all sorts of crazy things. So this guy just says, like, Quebec has a racism problem, and they wanted to denounce that too,
Mhm.
which is mind blowing because Quebec might have a racism problem, but
So does
I
Canada in
yeah,
general.
exactly. Anywhere outside of fucking
So does
the
people in places.
yeah, in most places. But basically, he just called out progressive Quebec, saying like, uh, here's one. 1989, a 25-year-old misogynist went into Quebec Ecole Polytechnique de Montreal, a rifle in his arms, and murdered 13 female students and a school employee, and injured 14 before committing suicide. August 1992, disgruntled Soviet-born assistant professor Valery Fabrikant shot and killed four of his colleagues with a handgun at Concordia University. 14 years after that, Quebec school became the setting of a bloodbath on September 13, 2006, when Kim Veer Gill roamed the halls of Dawson College in a black trench coat and shot 17 students, killing one. On the evening of Quebec's 2012 provincial election, an Anglo-Quebecer, so a bilingual elite, Richard Henry Bain, attempted to assassinate the province's new elected successionist premier. In his words, as many separatists as I could. A jam rifle ultimately resulted in only two casualties. Uh, so that Dennis Blanchett, who was killed, and Dave Courage, who was wounded by the same bullet. And then now we have this Quebec City Mosque Massacre of 2017, in which as many as 25 Muslim men were shot, six so far fatally, by Alexandre Bissonnette as they bowed for prayers. Bissonnette's motives were still unknown at the time of the article. In short, my lifetime has overlapped at least one spectacular act of Quebec public violence every 5 years or so. No other province can claim the same. So this guy's just speaking fact, and then goes on to say how Quebec criticism is taboo. Uh, Privately, English Canadians are far less defensive. They grumble about Quebec's dark history of anti-Semitism, religious bigotry, pro-fascist sentiment, and yeah, it's just like the French back in France. Like they're ready to take action if you rub them the wrong way, and if you're not Catholic French, they want you to get your hijab off so that I don't know whatever racist shit they can pull on you. But I'm
Lynchings.
yeah, preferably. Well, then they'd want you to keep your hijab on so you're easier to find. They're whew, it's crazy. But yeah, to be a Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, you have to know French. Governor General, Prime Minister, so many things. But yeah, it's I feel bad for this JJ McCullough time, but at the same time, no publicity is bad publicity when you're a journalist, right?
Exactly.
This guy must be doing something right.
Ugh, yeah, probably being a dumbass.
Probably, probably.
No, I
But
don't know. I'm being a dick. I got bored.
yeah, but yeah. Let, Thanks for putting up with what's hot in the streets. You know what the rants. We're gonna get into what all you fucking druggies have been waiting for. You know, some psychedelic shit and bit of news on the so to speak drug war or the police coming after
Yeah.
us. So first off, before we get into what y'all came here for, on this Easter Sunday, the Good Friday experiment, there was a sick article I came across. Uh, how psychedelics reset the depressed brain, which is by the BeckleyFoundation.org. So I follow Beckley Foundation on IG. I
Yeah,
recommend it
of
because
course.
they don't post too much, so it's not like overwhelming. But when they do post, it's fucking gold.
Solid gold.
So this yeah, 24 karat magic in the girl, like Bruno Mars would say. Uh, so psychedelics as catalyst of spiritual development. Basically the same thing that Immortality Key talks about. Uh, so if you like that clip, you'll love this story. The experience of self-transcendence and oneness with the universe, also known as ego dissolution, is a key feature of the psychedelics experience and frequently reported by research participants who often describe their participation in study as one of the most personally significant spiritual meaningful experiences of their lives. Through these so-called peak experience, psychedelics appear to hit a reset button, allowing people to shift the trajectory of their lives with great potential for positive changes in mood, well-being, and personality, and long-lasting therapeutic benefits. But yeah,
Mhm.
before I get deeper into that one, because that's not the one I wanted to read first. Uh, where's the psychedelics reset the brain? I'll just keep going with this motherfucker. I know
Yeah,
it's
just keep rolling with
the
it.
brain. Yeah. So
You were right there.
yeah,
Yep.
the first scientific evidence of the ability of psychedelics to induce spiritually significant experiences were provided by Walter Pankey's 1962 Good Friday experiment, the results of which were later corroborated by recent studies into the mystical qualities of psychedelics. Psychedelics also have a remarkable tendency to enhance the perception of meaning. Between 66 and 86% of those who have psychedelic experiences, so I guess depends on the study, uh, those who have psychedelic experiences in a supportive therapeutic setting consider them to be one of the 5 most meaningful and spiritually significant experiences of their life. And if you didn't know, you can do that at home with the field trip app. You don't need to pay thousands of dollars to get that
Yeah, fuck that shit.
therapeutic setting. Just put some fucking blinders on, some headphones on, a blanket over top of you, and get the app out.
Start sucking.
Maybe, yeah, and fucking. The mystical psychedelic experience is a richer state of consciousness associated with the dissolution of the ego, characterized physiologically by a more complex, less predictable, and more entropic neural activity, and an increase in global functional connectivity. Throughout human history, psychedelics have been strongly interconnected with spirituality. Psychedelic plants and fungi have been used by non-Western cultures as sacramental tools for thousands of years, and it has even been proposed that they may have played a significant part in the development of religions across the world. A survey study published in 2019 by researchers from Johns Hopkins reported that people who identified as atheists dropped that identity after a psychedelic encounter with something that felt greater than themselves.
Wow.
It's called collective consciousness. You don't have to believe in a fake God just because you're connected to other human beings in the world. But
Why
if
do
you
you
believe in
then?
God, that's cool. But yeah, James.
God's real. What, you don't believe in him, Jay?
I believe in fate.
What are you?
Maybe there's a God behind that, but
What?
I don't know.
He's real
I
as
think
fuck.
it's
Doesn't he talk to you?
uh,
Talks to me.
yeah. He always answers my prayers, I guess. You
Tells
know.
me to kill people.
The leprechaun told me to burn things. That's definitely get back on those psychedelic
Yo,
plants.
you see those oh, what are they called? Little Nas Satan shoes? Those are dope. I want any pair of those. Nike, I guess, didn't even approve that shit, or they're saying
Yeah,
so.
the company that made them is getting sued by Nike.
Oh, Nike didn't make them. Oh, I thought he like said like was taking pictures of a prototype.
They
They
were,
didn't approve.
yeah, no, they were Nikes. I guess they have a drop of blood in them or something, just like
Is
the
it real
real
blood?
Nikes.
I didn't understand that.
I don't know. Tim Dillon said any Nikes would have blood in them, but I
From the
guess
children's
if there
hands.
was a real, yeah, I guess there was a real drop of blood in them. I have no clue, but they sold 666 pairs,
Yeah, and
which is
there's
also pretty cool.
the Bible verse on the side, Luke some. It's apparently a verse that says talks about the morning star falling from the heavens or Lucifer falling from the sky. Jesus watches him fall
Yeah,
from the sky.
and that's basically the video. Is
What
like
video?
Lil Nas X. So he starts out in like the Garden of Eden, and then like gets confronted by the snake and like starts making out with it, and then falls into
Makes out with the
ultimately down
snake.
into hell.
What the
Yeah, yeah. He's playing all the guys in it except the devil. All the guys and girls in the video.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's a sick ass trippy video. I recommend it if you take psychedelics and want a spiritual experiment. But to continue on that, James Ulrich dedicated a whole book to relate his profound life-changing mystical experiences with the smoking of 5-MeO-DMT.
Who's James Ulrich?
Some dude, in which the guy who wrote the Tryptamine Palace,
Mm.
he was transformed from a hardened atheist who embraced an inherited cynical material reductionist worldview into
Hoo.
someone who is indelibly aware of the existence of God. He writes that his first experience was responsible for radically changing him into a spiritually inspired and much more hopeful human being. In his book on 5-MeO-DMT, The Toad and the Jaguar, Ralph Metzner comments, the experiences Ulrich relates includes all the elements of that classical, mystical, cosmic conscious experience others have also related with the smoking of DMT. Radiant white light, recognition of unity and love as the organizing power of the universe, complete dissolution of ego identity, oneness with God, and a sometimes abrupt return to normal consciousness of one's body. I wonder how many corporate sellouts smoke DMT and don't feel that.
Probably all of them.
Yeah, yeah, probably a lot of them do smoke DMT, right? And just get more ruthless, because they're like one with Satan. Regardless of their ability to promote spirituality, psychedelics at least appear to enhance personality, similar to those enhanced through spiritual practice. Studies carried out by the Beckley Research Program uh, have revealed that ayahuasca use leads to an increase in several key traits associated with mindfulness, such as decentering, which refers to the ability to observe one's thoughts and feelings in an objective and non-judgmental way. This in turn has been shown to help sufferers of depression, anxiety, grief, and PTSD to overcome conditions. Mystical experiences occasioned by psilocybin have also been shown to lead to increases in the personality domain of openness, as well as sustained positive changes in attitudes, mood, and behavior. And yeah, I can definitely vouch for psilocybin for that last one. It definitely allows you to have like the ego dissolution where you're able to reflect on yourself as an outsider.
Yeah.
Uh, Not anywhere near the DMT. I haven't had the God experience where like I knew the unity and love was going to control the universe. I know that's going to make my life better, but I don't think that's the higher. I don't think there's a hierarchy. I know you can tap into that collective consciousness and move forward, but I don't know. Maybe the devil is real and taking over everyone, or maybe it's just like people need to get back to God. But based on religion, and maybe this is just Catholicism too with the heaven and hell shit.
Preach.
Satan only exists because God kicked someone out of heaven.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of bullshit is that? God fucking made hell and Satan.
Well, you don't think he deserved it?
So, well, I'm saying if Satan's the reason for all the bad stuff, then God's the reason for all the bad stuff.
Maybe he
Because he
had to
went to
make bad
Satan.
stuff.
Maybe, but
Maybe
kind
if
of
he
dumb
didn't.
if you ask me.
Why, Jason? What do you think? He's smarter than God or something?
Yeah. If I was God, I'd fucking,
Yeah.
I'd fucking show people that love is the way.
Maybe it's not the way. Maybe that's your problem. You keep thinking you
Dude,
think you know the way. The real way
maybe
is money and power.
maybe all your experiences are just created by Satan to trick you.
Probably.
That would make the most sense to me. Or it's just like a chemical interaction in your brain, and all you know is this fucking religious shit that you like learned in the past, and so when you get tapped into the collective consciousness or spirituality, you don't realize it's some Buddhist type shit that's your
Yeah.
thinking, and now you're being enlightened.
You want to know the truth? I got the truth for you right now.
Yeah.
Drop it in you.
What's
So
the answer to life?
here's what's going on.
Why are we alive?
The reason that we have this tendency, especially when we take drugs, to believe in God or a God or multiple gods is because we have a natural tendency to worship overlords. Because we had aliens that came here and genetically enhanced apes to become humans. And that's what's left over from that. No, we've evolved away from that, but not completely. And magic mushrooms were constantly fed to us to keep us in contact with our alien overlords.
Nice. So
That's
that's
just
why
facts.
you like start
That's
thinking of
facts.
aliens and seeing aliens and like
Yeah.
or like the aliens
It's kind of like
what's
it's
the
like you're making a
stigmatized on.
it's like you're making a phone call, but you're just getting a busy signal. Like no one's
Yeah.
there. If they were up there, they'd answer.
E.T. phone home. Yeah,
See,
we
I
just
got all
say
the
that because we
answers.
tried to drop nukes and shit.
I'll explain you anything. We
Nice.
nuked them. We nuked the fuck out of them. Now they're gone.
Yeah. 'Cause, yeah, nukes are a great way to make a lot of money. Selling them, making them.
Obviously.
That's a good make work project. Biden should start building nukes again. You got to keep up with Russia
Isn't
and
he?
China. Come on.
I thought Trump had that going, so he doesn't need to start it again.
True, people already started it for him. Nice.
He was like bigger and better ones. No, I don't know if
I
that's
don't know
true.
why.
I don't
I
know if
don't know
that's
if
true.
people. It probably is, but I don't know why people even care about politics. Like either way, it's government. Like they're gonna fuck shit up and do
Yeah.
everything wrong.
Yeah, I know. We should just anarchy this shit.
Yeah, just fucking don't listen to the rules and do whatever the fuck you want and shoot cops in the face if they try to pull you over
Yeah.
before they shoot you.
Yeah, see,
Wild West style.
I believe people are the problem. So like I'm for like a mass like genocide of humanity is
Yeah.
like my solution.
Todd needs to investigate you in the COVID vaccine.
Yeah, man.
At least one of them, but we're not telling you which one.
Me and
So
Bill. Have you ever seen Utopia?
no.
Oh, it's so much like that. Spoiler, but like one of the main conspiracy guys. He's like who's like hardcore like knows everything that's going on. He's
Yeah.
a super hardcore conspiracy nut. Once he gets talking to the bad guy explains to him. He's like switches sides like immediately. He's like, "Oh yeah, makes sense."
I'm cute now.
Yeah, I'm down for mass genocide. It just makes it. There's just too many people. Did you look at the math? Have you seen the numbers? The graphs. They have graphs.
Yeah. Yeah. People, yeah. People just want to blindly follow. And if you guys don't want to blindly follow, when it comes to COVID vaccines, go to drugwatch.com so you can read up on basically a conglomerate that's a
Yeah,
bunch of studies at once put together on these different companies' vaccines.
yeah,
So like you're not just tricked by the one study that they did to get their vaccine approved by the FDA. You can also read the other studies and find out, for example, Johnson and Johnson's one-shot vaccine is only 66% effective after 28 days. Just like any other vaccine when you only take one shot. So I don't know how this stuff works. It seems more like antibodies to me every day, where it's like you're gonna have to take this vaccine every year, like the flu vaccine.
yeah.
But
I'm not
I
sure.
never took the flu vaccine either, so I don't care. I'm ready to die, like Biggie,
I'm not sure, man. I don't know what's going
because I took
on.
because I took psychedelics. I'm ready to
I think
die.
we kind of fucked up already. The more we're learning about this, like, seems more and more like this is a lab thing. People
Yeah,
are. You see that CDC guy, the head of the CDC came out and
no,
was. Oh yeah, a few people were talking about that. The head of the CDC, or he's the ex head of the CDC or something. He's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a lab
yeah,
leak. He was like, and I'm pretty sure this goes way back a few more months than they're saying. He
yeah,
seems like he knows a lot more.
yeah.
He,
It's obvious that it's a lab leak. Whether CCP did it on purpose or not is the question
and
that no one
I
wants to
think
answer.
I think I was listening to Brett Weinstein on Bill Maher, and he was talking about how this thing is getting like it's it should be we should be being able to more handle it as time is going on, like we have in the past. You know, like people should be getting better, but like this thing seems to be getting like more aggressive and mutating at an ever increasing rate.
Yeah, it's worse from the variants, but
And Brett Weinstein saying yeah, like that might be a result of the things we like the manipulations we did.
yeah, true,
And you know
true.
it could just keep doing that and then it's like just built to fucking take
Well,
everyone out.
just like Lysol wipes. Like if you wipe away all the bacteria, there's still 1.1% there, and that's the most deadly, dangerous bacteria because it's mutated.
Yeah.
So like if you give everyone the COVID vaccine, well, these variants that aren't stopped by the COVID vaccine are going to thrive, and maybe they're mutated in a good way for them, but bad for the rest of us. But yeah, that doesn't matter. It's here now. It's here to stay. I still
And we're
don't
all
know
gonna
anyone who's
die.
had COVID. I
No.
still don't know anyone who's had COVID.
Jason's getting bad.
So
I'm saying we go to the woods. We go to the woods. You're trying to make it lighthearted. I'm serious. We
I'm
gotta
trying
this
to hang
is
out in this
we
bunker.
gotta go red
I'm not
alert.
going to.
I'm putting
I'm
the
not going to the woods. There might be
red
people in
alert.
there.
There could be people. The zombies hang out in the woods. That's where all the deer's at.
But yeah, if you believe in zombies, you got to believe in a lot of this religion stuff, and
What's
you want
that?
to know the long-term benefits of peak or mystical experiences. So,
Are you
is the
selling
spiritual,
something?
yeah, psychedelics.
Oh,
Is the spiritual breakthrough at the root of long-term positive effects of psychedelics? A link between the mystical experience and positive outcomes following psychedelic-assisted therapy has been consistently reported and is discussed elsewhere. In healthy individuals, the intensity of the spiritual experience induced by psychedelics also appears to relate to a long-term beneficial outcome. For instance, our collaborators in Maastricht University assessed ayahuasca ceremony attendance before, the day after, and 4 weeks later, and reported that the changes in affect, satisfaction with life, and mindfulness significantly correlated to the level of ego dissolution experienced during the ayahuasca ceremony, and were unrelated to previous experience with ayahuasca. Another survey-based study conducted by our collaborators at Imperial College reported that higher ratings of a mystical type experience in psychedelic users had a positive effect on the change in well-being after a psychedelic experience, whereas the other acute psychedelic experience measures, i.e., challenging experience, bad trip, and visual effects, did not influence the change in well-being after the psychedelic experience. It is well known that highly profound psychological experiences, whatever their cause, can lead individuals to question prior assumptions and change their behavior and outlook, sometimes in a fundamental and lasting way. In a similar way, psychedelics may serve as a kind of existential shock therapy, confronting individuals with the illusory nature of their self or ego and its attachments. Alexander Ledbetter. So yeah, I guess that's it. Most people's ego is protecting them from realizing the harm they're doing and allowing them to be greedy and vicious in order to get ahead,
yeah, man.
because your ego is important for you to win competition, and that was important to survive and mate back in the day in
That's why I
reproduction.
can't do psychs with fucking pieces of shit. They go crazy.
Yeah,
Start
yeah,
crying and shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
You, or they've got to get to a good space in their own head before they are able to actually get any
So
benefit from psychs. So
that's why
yeah,
we gotta get these therapists on it, you know?
yeah, 100%. But yeah, the therapists have to take psychedelics before I'm gonna let them be my guide. I
Exactly.
want to see them take psychedelics. Like if they
Exactly.
don't have a video of them taking psychedelics, I'm not gonna believe them. And I want to
Yeah.
know how they responded to it also.
Just
But
gotta
yeah,
do it
that
together the first time, you know? We're just gonna chill
yeah,
the first time.
yeah, exactly. Just do it, chill, double your dose, do it again,
Yeah.
double your dose, do it again,
It's cool. It's
double your
chill.
dose, do it again until you have that spiritual experience. But yeah, if the intent is a spiritual experience, then of course you're going to have a ridiculous spiritual experience. Like Psychedelics are just a great amplifier catalyst.
Yeah.
But yeah, just to finish up on that Good Friday experiment, it was also known as the Marsh Chapel experiment, and it was designed under the supervision of Timothy Leary and Richard Alpert, who later Ram Dass. That's who he became. 10 religious students were given psilocybin, and 10 were given an active placebo, niacin, aka vitamin B12, or B6, I think. Most of these in the active group reported profound spiritual experiences, providing the first firm empirical evidence that psychedelics can religious experience. One participant later described it as the most powerful cosmic homecoming I have ever experienced. The results of the Good Friday experiment have proven to be extremely influential in the field of psychedelic research, though not without its limitations. The results, however, were later corroborated by further studies. Rick Doblin in '86, then Roland Griffiths in 2002. Rick Doblin of Mass, his PhD. It is now thought that the so-called mystical experience may be integral to the therapeutic benefit of psychedelics. So that's huge.
Yeah, very good. Very
Um,
huge. It's huge.
it's huge.
It's
So
fucking huge.
so yeah, even if you guys don't believe in religion, you're atheists, you don't care about
You're
spirituality or any of
heartless.
those
You're a
things,
piece of shit. Heartless
yeah, you're
degenerate.
yeah, exactly. You're
Satanist.
probably depressed as fuck then, and psychedelic therapy could reset your depressed brain. So this is from the BBC News health reporter Rachel Schreier. One,
Shredder.
yeah,
Is
she
that the
states,
head of the Ninja Clan?
yeah,
The Foot?
yeah,
The Foot
yeah.
Clan.
She's like
Shredder.
Master Shredder's daughter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but she doesn't believe in mutant Ninja Turtles. So her protocol is giving the drug DMT followed by taking therapy, which I find weird. Normally, you take the therapy first and then you do the psychedelic drug.
Right.
It is hoped that this could offer an alternative for the significant number of people who don't respond to conventional pills for depression.
Yeah,
Don't
pussies.
take pills unless you don't want your dick to work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Psychedelic assisted therapy might offer longer term relief from symptoms, some researchers believe. A growing body of evidence indicates other psychedelic drugs, particularly alongside taking therapy, are safe and can be effective for treating a range of mental illness. This study is the first time DMT is given to people with moderate to severe depression in a clinical trial. So Dr. Carol Routledge, the chief scientific officer of Small Pharma, the company running the trial, said, "We believe the impact will be almost immediate and longer lasting than conventional antidepressants."
She sounds like a liar.
Probably.
Fuck
Just
this
trying to get a
bitch.
patent going on how you give people the DMT. That's why they're doing
Yeah,
the therapy after. It's different than what people did before. So
exactly.
they can patent that process, which is fucked up.
Motherfuckers. Yeah.
Yeah. And so the drug DMT is known as a spirit molecule because of the way it alters the human consciousness. It produces hallucinations that have been likened to a near-death experience. It is also the active ingredient in ayahuasca. Researchers believe the drug might help loosen the brain's fixed pathways, which can then be reset with toxin therapy afterwards. So people know psilocybin creates neuroplasticity. It's assumed DMT uh, active drugs do the same. So Dr. Routledge likened the drug to shaking a snow globe, throwing entrenched negative thought patterns up in the air, which the therapy allows to be resettled into a more functional form. But this hypothesis needs to be proven. Assholes just can't believe stuff unless scientists do it.
Yeah.
Uh, so this team is consulting Imperial College, again, which runs Pioneering Center for Psychedelic Research. As part of the study, they hope to investigate whether the drug can be administered as a one-off or part of a course. Subjects will be followed up for at least 6 months to see how long the effects of the treatment last. Ketamine clinic, meanwhile, a ketamine-assisted therapy clinic, is set to open in Bristol next week. While the drug is already used for depression in clinics like the ketamine treatment service in Oxford, it is not accompanied by psychotherapy. Rather, it's used to provide temporary relief from symptoms for people with very serious treatment-resistant depression. So far, unpublished research presented at the conference by Professor of Pharmacology at the University of Exeter, Celia Morgan, suggests ketamine accompanied by therapy has much longer lasting effects. Professor Morgan said there was mounting evidence that drugs including psilocybin, LSD, ketamine, and MDMA were safe, obviously, and could play a role in the treatment of mental health disorders.
Obviously.
There was some early evidence they could have longer term effects than medicines conventionally prescribed as antidepressants known as SSRI, but more research was needed.
Yeah.
Like SSRIs are pretty harmful and have some pretty fucked up side effects
Yeah.
that you don't get from long term from these psychedelics. They also work using a completely different mechanism. While conventional drugs may numb negative feelings, these drugs allow you to approach difficult experiences in your life, sit with that distress, and process them. Because just like create split personality disorder, like creating another personality to escape from traumatic experiences, this does the same thing. Like you are no longer yourself, so you are able to process that stuff that you oppressed.
You become beyond yourself. You see
Yeah, you
beyond.
become bigger than yourself. Like you know the whole like when you're weak, Jesus will carry you. There was only one set
Set
of
of
steps in the
footprints
sand.
in
Yeah,
this.
yeah, exactly. Jesus took psychedelics with you,
Yeah.
and you were
You
Jesus
were
the whole
tripping
time.
too hard, and he had to carry your fucking bitch ass back home to the beach house.
And that's what so basically Buddhism is becoming more mainstream, and they're trying to make it scientific with psychedelics. Where it's like if you just went and were a monk in a cave for a month, you'd get to the same place.
Yeah, man, you'll get it.
Most people don't have a month, and they also don't want to give up all the materialistic lifestyle. They'd rather be a
They'd rather, they'd rather half-ass it like a bunch of dummies.
yeah, like us.
Do you want eternal happiness or do you want a PlayStation? PlayStation.
PlayStation
And
and MDMA, please. Give me some mollies.
just just load it up. Give me
Give
more.
me some, yeah.
I'm gonna eat
Just
the
give me,
whole the whole
yeah.
fucking pile of mushrooms.
I want to be enlightened, but I also want to watch Netflix on mushrooms.
Yeah.
That's me.
I also want to see monkeys carrying machine guns on YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. Can we yeah, can we give monkeys robot arms? And Neuralink? Think
can,
they'll take us over if we do that?
can,
Nah.
can we give monkeys DMT?
Yes. How do you think Joe Rogan came into existence? Give a monkey DMT and then they start losing their hair.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Start questioning the American government.
yeah. Well, only the left. Start claiming they voted for George Jorgensen when they voted for Donald Trump, or didn't vote when they voted for Donald Trump. Kyle Kalinske. uh, these drugs seem to allow you to approach difficult experiences. It might be getting at something more fundamental. That was the root cause of the problem, Professor Morgan said. Through the
Yeah, he's a liar. Fuck that
through
guy.
that, we think you can get much more long-lasting change. So lastly, Professor Michael Bloomfield, a consultant psychiatrist at University College London, said although it was a really exciting area of research, caution was needed in overpromising the drug's potential. So this guy's a fucking jackass. It
Yeah,
is also a field of therapy that could be open to abuse and misuse, he said.
fuck him.
Professor Morgan also stressed the importance that the drugs were being used with the context of therapy, as there were concerns that people might think they can give it a go with some recreational drugs.
Why
But it's
not?
really not how it works, she said. So yeah, she's one of those fucking legal cannabis lobbyists
Yeah,
that's trying to fucking
dumb.
convince us that homegrown and non-pesticide shit's better for you, or like small cap companies like Delta 9, these craft companies out
Yeah,
west are no good because they don't grow in mass, so they don't know what they're doing. Meanwhile, they're the fucking guys who were selling you the quads before it was legalized.
yeah. She's just the fucking capitalist lobbyist show,
Yeah.
bitch.
She's probably out there fucking buying cocaine and cutting it with baking powder and rocking it up.
Yeah.
And that's what she's saying this. She's like, I know from experience, recreational drugs might not be what you thought you bought.
She's the
But
one
yeah,
cutting it up and selling it to you.
exactly. But
Real
yeah, if you've been
facts.
watching the pod,
If you've
like
been watching,
Professor Michael Bloomfield, it's like,
yeah, obviously,
you know that the fake therapists, the Brazilian rainforest shaman, that those are probably the ones that are going to abuse and misuse the drugs. Like give you the
yeah,
drugs so that they can touch your titties and pussy while you're
yeah,
asleep, or suck
yeah,
your dick.
yeah. Rub your
And
dick
you're
and suck
yeah,
your dick while they fuck you in the ass. Suck
yeah.
my dick while I fuck you in the ass.
Why do you think they do so much yoga? I mean, both at the same time is pretty fucking awesome, though, if you ask me.
Is it?
Getting milked,
It's not possible.
getting milked till you're nut, that's pretty sick.
Oh yeah. What
I
were
don't
we
know.
talking about?
Uh,
Sorry, I'm getting off track.
psychedelic therapy resetting the depressed brain.
Right.
So yeah, whether or not you want to have a spiritual experience or not, if if you don't and you're depressed or you're just fucking stuck in a rut, just order some psilocybin online or whatever other drugs you can find on the dark web or
Yeah,
the
just get
light
some
web.
get some drugs. Just start taking them. Just start throwing them in your mouth. Fuck a therapist.
Yeah.
Throw as many in
And
your
looking
mouth
into
as you
map
possibly
therapy,
can.
download Mind Beacon, another free therapy app
D- d-
on
download
Toke.
the Rap Drugs Pod. Just
Yeah.
listen to all the
Start
podcasts.
listening. Start
Just
listening. Yeah. And like, make sure you take mushrooms every few hours so that you stay fucking. I don't know.
yeah, make
You don't
sure
want to
you're
lose your teeth.
don't feel sober. You never want to
Yeah.
feel sober.
Yeah. Exactly. And yeah, listen to the Rap Drugs Pod with God and Jesus. I mean, Todd and Jay.
Todd and Jay.
And
Yeah, same thing. Same thing. Real
same thing.
facts. Yeah, no diff.
We're more enlightened actually. I don't think
Yeah,
God was Buddhist, to be honest.
yeah.
I think he's very materialistic.
Jason's God, and
He
I'm his
wants you to
son,
give it.
Jesus.
He needs you to give it your tithings. Yeah, Jesus is a boss.
Yeah,
Jesus,
me.
Jesus
I'm a
fucking.
boss.
He's like, you know what would be cool if to respect my legacy of dying and coming back to life?
Yeah.
Eggs.
Eggs.
Paint eggs.
Paid him.
Hide chocolate eggs around the house.
Yeah, that was definitely his fucking idea.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
He's like your
only
first person.
capitalists would come up with something like, let's pick the most fragile fucking thing on the planet and
Yeah,
try and get him to use it in so many stupid ways.
yeah.
They're
Let's
How do we get him to eat it raw? Oh, we'll make him out of chocolate.
yeah. The best though is that like the Christmas Jesus thing, where it was like you can find shiny red and white mushrooms underneath pine trees or different mushrooms underneath pine trees, and that would make you have psychedelic experiences. Translate to Santa Claus is bringing you gifts Christmas tree. Like
Yeah.
you know that fucking London, England in like the 1800s created that idea before like in order to fucking stimulate the economy before like Adam Smith came up with the free market theory or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever runs consumerism now, capitalism. But yeah, won't get too much deeper into all that shit. We'll let you. And if you stuck around this long, you deserve to enjoy some of the greatest news. Ottawa has stopped no knock raids. So the shit that's responsible for Breonna Taylor's death and a lot of bad times in Canada,
Bad time, not good. Not good time.
Ottawa's cut that shit out, and hopefully that means a lot of other places will follow suit. But you never know. Maybe they just don't have the money to not knock or have a SWAT team or something. So that's why they decided to do it.
Who knocks? Did they ring the doorbell though?
The police don't knock. That's
Did,
for sure.
did they ring the
So
doorbell?
yeah, that's true. That's true. Did they ring the doorbell? I mean, nowadays, don't you have a ring camera set up so you can see who's coming up to
It's
your house?
it's very misleading. Yeah. Why don't they have a camera system set up?
Yeah,
Obviously, it's because they're drug dealers. Oh wait,
yeah.
only drug dealers have camera systems. You fucking.
No, I mean, Google's convinced everyone they need one with the ring
Oh, did they? I've never seen
and
this.
Amazon.
The Ring?
But
Is that like
like
the movie where the girl climbs out of the TV?
yeah, exactly. Only she's watching over your home for you
Yeah,
instead of like coming into your home and killing you.
Oh, okay. Someone
Yeah,
else comes into your home. She climbs
you're
out.
next to your Nest Hub and your Google Nest Mini and shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is what happens when the police don't knock. I should wait. I should put this on 1.5 speed. You guys don't want to. You guys don't want to be here all day. Come on, 1.25. That's a good. That's a good speed. I always watch YouTube videos on that speed. You got it, unless you got time to waste.
Or not on cocaine.
Yeah, if you're not on meth. What the? I thought I was turning the volume up.
Holy fuck, Jay.
This is hilarious. Technical
That's
difficulties,
why we
man.
need a producer.
Yeah. Too bad all the producers we've had are too high on drugs that we gotta take care of it ourselves.
Keep kidnapping me.
Yeah. When we don't pay them. Whose
Nice.
house is made out of chipboard?
Yeah, I don't know. This is a trippy house.
This is a whack fucking
This isn't a
castle.
real place.
Yeah.
I thought this was someone's house.
Is this an episode of Dragon's Den?
It's hoarders.
Who has an empty house with just a ladder in
Drug dealers.
it? Yeah, true.
There's a crib right next to that ladder. I said no.
Who's Anthony?
Anthony, where are you?
And Tony.
Yeah,
Sick.
nice.
Boss man's.
Seems cool as fuck. Yeah, yeah, just like terrorists.
Yeah.
Did he have weapons? Was he known to have weapons?
No.
Like, why would they do that?
Because they for threatened. I don't know how they would or why they do it on an apartment. What are they gonna do? Jump to their death?
Yeah, this is insane.
Like there's only one way out. You could knock on the apartments at least. Oh
He
my
did
god.
fall out the window because of them? What a fucking
Yeah.
lunatic. Yeah.
This is crazy.
Yeah, it's way easier. Just do it on all of them.
Yeah.
And it's fun. And then he just starts shooting it. These guys are like children. My hammers don't work. It just shoot it. Shoot the lock. Shoot the lock.
They ring the doorbell but don't wait for an answer. So yeah, they do knock sometimes.
Yeah, they knock and then they wait just long enough so that if you were at the door, they'd fucking hit you with the battering ram. Oh, I killed
Yeah,
him.
they accidentally shot the guy when they were shooting the.
Yeah. Oh, I killed him with the battering ram. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
they knock twice with the battering ram and then shoot at the lock
Oh my
and
god.
expect not to kill you.
Yeah. Suspect's dead. Oh my god, his dog. Shoot the dog. Shoot the dog.
Yeah, that's Dave Chappelle.
That's real life, man. They're fucking assholes. It's residents don't start shooting like TVs and shit.
This is crazy. This is a crazy one.
That's what you thought too when you were selling drugs, wasn't it? Oh, it wasn't even him.
Yeah, exactly. Not even drugs either.
Yeah. Noise complaint.
Look like a skinhead. Wow. Some guy in his boxers, they have him do this.
Yeah.
He clearly doesn't have a weapon.
Yeah. They're like stripped down naked.
Yeah. Pull
Dude.
your asshole open.
Do the truffle shuffle.
Suck
Do,
my cock.
do the truffle shuffle.
Yeah. Beg for mercy. Put this gun in your mouth.
Yeah, suck on my gun. Lick the muzzle. They said they were gonna execute all of us.
Guns to their head, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Children.
Yeah. Well, these kids, they might. He might have trained them to hurt police. They're
Yeah.
clearly a small terrorist cell.
You guys have seen the Iraq War, right? You gotta kill the kids.
Yeah. Otherwise, they grow up to be terrorists.
Yeah.
What do you want? ISIS happening in Montana?
Yeah. Do you want everyone to be Muslim and not think and be smarter than the government? Hell no.
Nice. Yeah, but look at how fun and cool that is.
Yeah, I'm jealous.
Sir, we got a noise complaint. Flashbang.
But do the warrants even matter when you end up like killing Breonna Taylor and shit like that?
What do you mean?
Like, who cares about the warrant? Sometimes it still has a really bad outcome.
Yeah.
But, yeah,
Yeah, well sometimes you need it, man.
of course in Quebec.
Like like I understand if it's just like an empty house that has pit bulls and like fucking crackheads with guns in it. Like if
Did
that's
you
what
hear
the
that?
warrant says, you know.
Did you hear that, Todd?
Well, no,
The
I
guy
missed
got
it.
off on self-defense.
Which guy?
The guy in the home who
What?
shot the cop. He didn't get in
Oh,
trouble because it was self-defense.
so
Even though
true
he was
though.
getting raided by the police. Yeah, exactly. And he wouldn't have shot them if they not.
Yeah, he was
The cops
getting
just get robbed.
raided. Was he? Wait,
Yeah.
was he? Did he do the crime though that they were raiding him for?
Oh yeah, yeah. He was a drug dealer. That's why he had guns and was shooting.
Yeah, but they shouldn't have did a no knock raid, and they did, and then he shot them.
Exactly. So not only did the cop die, the guy didn't get charged, rightly so, because he thought he was getting broken into for his drugs to get stolen, which basically he was, because the cops just steal your drugs and then
And then sell
show
them.
off, like, look at all these drugs we've got, and then yeah, steal them from the lockers and sell them after the court case, and also get to keep all the money and all the stuff they seize and get that back from the provincial government as funding. If you didn't know that, look into it. You would think you'd get money from the police to replace your door.
Probably have to sue them.
Yeah, why not? Sue them for a lot of money while you're at it.
Yeah.
A new home. The cost of a new home.
Yeah, I can't even. This home gives me PTSD. I need a new one for emotional.
Yeah, and I can't sell it either because that will give me PTSD.
I also have to move towns, so I'm gonna have to get paid for moving equipment because I don't feel
And I
safe in this
can't
town.
work now because of PTSD.
Yeah, so you have to pay for my level of income for the rest of my life.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
I
how
have
that
to move
works,
to an
right?
urban metropolis
That's
center
that's how that
to be
works,
safer.
right?
Yeah, exactly. If you have a good lawyer, it can.
Yeah, none of these
No,
people just got lawyers. That's the problem. They called the news instead of a lawyer.
yeah, they're
Bunch of
Canadian.
idiots.
They're like, oh well, the police just made an accident. I'm sorry that they thought I was selling drugs.
Sorry for being suspicious.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Sorry for having a snitch know me. Fake snitch.
Yeah.
Imagine it was just a prank by their own kids.
Yeah, even funnier. And then a police officer died.
Wow.
Nice going. They got the
Wow.
wrong house. Wow. Yeah, that one's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Th-
Imagine they shot that guy and his son. That's
Yeah,
and they were black instead of white.
like everyone who was there should have been fired. Like that's a mistake
Yeah.
that shouldn't have been missed.
That's what the death penalty should be for.
Yeah, for real.
You make a mistake that big, well, you don't get a chance to make any
What
more mistakes.
that's what bothers me I think the most about government, any government thing. It's just like they whenever you fuck up, you never get fired.
You have the right to use excessive force. Look at this whole George Floyd trial right now. It's we'll see if it finally changes. Things sets precedents.
How long's this video?
Another 8 minutes.
We're gonna get demonetized for using this?
No,
Copyright? Copyright
no.
infringement? Are they gonna sue
It's
us?
on. This is YouTube. We're just watching it with the YouTubers. We don't make any money. They can't sue us or do anything. The video is demonetized so you fans can watch with us.
Yeah, but he looks like a criminal. Look at him.
Yeah, he raps like a criminal.
Look at that ponytail. He's selling
Look at
drugs.
that polo.
He's selling LSD.
Uh, that polo, he clearly sells drugs.
I gotta go to work. You don't work, you fucking bum.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding. I couldn't hear a thing he was saying.
nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
I
That's
mean,
it's
unless you're
called
another.
reasonable suspicion.
Yeah,
Yeah. Did they find it?
no.
He had Oxycontin. He
Yeah,
was selling
prescription. He had
Oxycontin.
a He might be selling it, but
Oh.
he has a prescription, so it's
Oh,
legal.
prescription.
They can't prove he was trafficking.
Yeah.
What are they? The Italian mafia? The mob? Yeah.
Yeah, let's make up stuff.
Facts. Informants are the worst of the worst.
Mm-hmm.
So of course they're gonna lie. Plus, half the time, if you think someone's an informant, you're gonna lie to them and meet them places. Like you're not gonna. You might even have someone take the drugs to them for you if you're smart.
Yeah, the plot point of many shows.
So what? When it's a child, it's all about the money though. When it's the police. Wow. Judges rock. Those bilingual judges rock. We need to ask the NHTSA how much is a life worth, and they should be deciding whether these warrants pass or not.
Hmm.
The same way they recall cars and stuff, you know? Just do the same math. Yeah. Well, so Ottawa had to change the laws to keep up after this came out.
Hmm.
Is she watching this video?
3
3 more
minutes.
minutes, I think? Cool.
Who's this albino fucking ghost guy?
He's the police lobbyist.
Oh, okay.
That's why he looks so ghostly.
Yeah. He sold his soul.
Exactly.
He's dying now.
And no hype.
He's starting to die. Oh
Yeah.
man, I got a funny story to tell after this.
Nice. Should I pause it or nah? Let's finish this
No,
one
let's
first.
finish it.
True. But yeah, thanks for putting up with the shaky video, fam.
Man, this guy, why are you settling? I hate people who settle. Go to court. You got
Yeah.
a fucking good case. Sue these fuckers and make sure they get fired. That'd be
His
my number
lawyer's
one thing.
lazy. He couldn't afford a better lawyer.
I'd be like, I don't even want money. I just want these fuckers fired.
Yeah. If they're not fired, I want $1 billion.
Yeah. I want so much money that the police have to shut down.
Yeah. Whatever the police budget is, send that to me.
It's bullshit though, because I've heard like they have like insurance for the police stations, and it comes out of the insurance policy, and then the insurance policy just goes up. The city has to pay more taxes
Yeah.
on the
And
insurance, and then these
in
insurance companies too. They like if a city has been sued too many times, they'll stop providing insurance for that
then they
city.
have to self-insure.
Yeah, and then it becomes like super expensive, and then these insurance companies now have wield huge power over these police stations.
Yeah. I'll I'll get into it later, but I talked about it on the last episode too.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. How insurance companies get insurance from reinsurance companies.
Oh
So
yeah,
when
I
there's
remember.
claims, everyone's rates go
I
up.
remember listening to you say that.
Exactly. Yeah.
I was like, what? I was listening to that in captivity in my cave in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Uh,
Shout out to CBC. Todd, they can't do anything against us because our taxes paid for that documentary.
Yo, did you see?
We own that video. We basically paid for it.
Did you see that guy? Who's that guy? Catches predators. Have a seat, Chris
Chris
Hansen.
Hansen? Yeah, yeah.
Uh, he was on Andrew Schultz's podcast. Andrew Schultz, right? Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, yeah. Flagrant 2 or
Yeah, Flanger too.
okay.
Yeah, I was watching him on there. He was talking about how he was involved with Peter Nygrid getting
Yeah.
arrested.
Oh, the billionaire dude. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he was talking about that and how fucked up it was. Apparently that guy was like uh getting girls pregnant and then like getting them to have abortions and like then using the fetuses to like inject himself.
Nice.
He was
That's
like
crazy.
yeah, he was super crazy. And
That
he
sounds like some Alex Jones type of shit.
yeah, well Chris Hansen said that that's what they
Nothing.
found he was doing. Apparently his son ratted him out. They got close with his son
His
Fucking,
son isn't cool with Bill Gates and Jeff Epstein, eh?
there's a doc coming out. Yeah, apparently. There's a documentary coming out. And his son even did an interview for the documentary about Chris Hansen and the police catching this guy. But yeah, apparently because he's been super into supplements and taking all these fetuses and shit, he's like dying now because he's used to injecting himself with all this shit. So now he's just like withering away at like an extremely fast rate
In the jail
in
cell.
jail. Yeah.
Did you hear what he said about the whole thing? His lawyer's defense.
No.
One of his billionaire neighbors in the Bermuda like made it all up. It's a conspiracy propaganda thing that his billionaire neighbor started because he's mad about a neighborly dispute.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I heard that kind of stuff. Yeah.
yeah. So which is bunk as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, he must have just like been on to the Jeff Epstein tips or like talking with his friends, the Clintons, and it's like, oh, that sounds so cool. I can do that myself. I don't need to get involved with Epstein.
Yeah.
I don't need to get involved with the fucking narc. I don't
Yeah.
need to fucking hook up with the CIA, Mossad agent, triple
Yeah,
agent.
he was like Epstein's not getting enough fetuses going. I gotta get this I
Yeah,
gotta get
you
this
mean
shit
I
turned
want
in
to
my
take
way.
this home too?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want it all for myself, boys. But like, yeah, man, insurance is just a big scam, dude. For it's forced on you by lawyers and cities and governments who are usually made up of a bunch of lawyers, and the companies are ran by lawyers. And once there's a claim, like let's say there's $1 million, $2 million claim, unless your insurance policy ended up adding up to $1 million before you have another claim, which it never does, your not just your rates go up, but the rates at the reinsurance company go up. And
Hmm.
then, so when the reinsurance company rates go up, that gets amplified because the insurance companies gets basically financing from the reinsurance company. And then the insurance company sells the product through an MGA, a managing general agent, who sells the product through a broker. And all of those people also make a commission or a fee. So by the time you get the insurance from the reinsurance company, you're paying three, four, five times as much as it costs, and you're paying for everyone else's claims
Yeah.
because everyone goes to the same few reinsurance companies. So Warren Buffett, the fucking genius capitalist billionaire he is, he owns Geico and the reinsurance company. He has a bunch of different broker. I don't know if he has brokerages, but he also has managing general agents, insurance companies, reinsurance companies. And what does he
Yeah.
do with all that money he makes to like pay your losses while it's sitting in reserves in order to he invests it in things like Heinz and Burger King and ends all of your jobs and fucking puts a warehouse in
Just
one place
making money.
centralized. Yeah. So ruins the economy, makes less businesses exist to pay these insurance premiums, and then takes that money that he was going to pay on claims and settles a bunch. So he's saying, "Oh, I had to pay this," or the insurance company, reinsurance is saying, "Oh, we had to pay 110%, 120% on our losses," but then turn around next year, they settled on half of those, so they really only paid 60%.
Yeah.
So they even lie about why they had to increase the insurance. So all around, it's just a big fucking Ponzi scheme,
Just
just like pensions
fucking
almost.
bullshit.
Yeah, but what can you do? Like it's just like banks and the interest rate. Like you pay
Yeah.
for your home 2.5 times, but because banks and mortgages exist, home prices have gone up astronomically since the 60s.
That's why we gotta give him the guillotine.
Yeah, hopefully that, or at least we give them a chance to take DMT. And if they don't find the spiritual experience, the oneness, the love, and want to give out free loans,
Yeah.
well, then the guillotine's the next option, the electric chair.
Number one option. Only option.
Or we just have like we have them guard the Capitol building, so eventually they'll get ran over and shot. They'll have Supreme Court.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll just trick the whole banking system into guarding the Capitol building. That
Yeah,
sounds a
we'll
lot
make
easier
Jeff
than anything
Bezos
else.
work at an Amazon factory.
Yeah.
That's the punishment.
Yeah, he'll just be in there working and he'll be like, "What? What have I done? What am I doing? I'm sorry.
Your 2,000 hours, or sorry, 2,500 hours if you work at Amazon. We'll give you back your billions if we don't blow them all.
Yeah, and we
Like Jeff Epstein, like running another fucking.
he'd
Thing.
just do it. He wouldn't give a fuck. He'd be like, "All right,
He'd be like, I could handle it.
you're on."
CEOs are complete psychopaths, so they'd be able to do it.
Yeah, he'd be like, "You're on." He'd work there himself too. He wouldn't even
Like,
need
I'll
anyone's
work there
help.
for 2
Yeah,
years.
wouldn't sleep. Just do fucking like Adderall 24/7.
Elon Musk style, just Adderall and Ambien.
Just fucking
Yeah.
and then he
You don't
sleeps
have a
it
boss,
like
so nothing bad's gonna happen if he stays up for 11 days.
does it. He gets his billions back. Just sleeps for 6 months straight. He goes into a self-induced coma with his billions.
He ends up firing everyone and being like, I can do this all myself.
Yeah, I can run this whole thing myself. I just need one giant warehouse.
Yeah, exactly.
And
But yeah,
drones.
man. I into the capitalist bullshit after going deep on the psychedelics and anti-drug wars. So we'll leave that with you, and hopefully, wherever your city's at, they do some sort of investigation so they can end no-knock raids there too. Because there
Yeah.
seems to be a lot of fucking whack-ass bullshit. But anything else we want to tell these fuckers before we head out?
No, I just hope I've touched each and every one of you in a very
If not,
special way.
we will soon
Yeah.
by not knocking and coming into your home. But yeah, just like we said at the top, we appreciate y'all. Maybe I didn't say this. We appreciate y'all for coming back every week. Episode 60 now, and some .5s in there, so you know we're up to like 65, 70. We're getting the numbers up, and we haven't even been around for a year. So for all of y'all, throw a 5-star on the Apple Podcast. Subscribe wherever you want to. IG, YouTube, Twitter, whatever podcast listener you use. Buy some merch, teesprings.com/store/rapdrugs. Send some funds, paypal.me/rapdrugspod. You got an expensive court case coming up for the double homicide target. Luckily, it's also self-defense, so we'll probably get off. It's just like we're
Yeah.
caught up to serve time and no. Is it manslaughter, self-defense? Hook us up with some money so it can be just purely self-defense. We'll give some to a homeless person if we don't have to spend it all on lawyers. Because we don't have insurance for that type of shit, killing people.
Yeah.
The insurance policy doesn't cover it, even though
We
we're told it does when we bought it.
we aren't your local city.
But yeah, we love y'all. Don't forget to comment down below, drop a like, and hit the bell so you know when we're doing live streams. If you're scared to comment because you're a pussy and don't want to fight the algorithms with us, shoot us an email or a text or a call or a DM, and maybe we'll get back to you. Maybe we'll just enjoy it. Maybe we'll you back on
Yeah.
Peace out, motherfuckers.
Peace.